Okay, we're here with Eric Castro from San Francisco, and he's looking at iPads for school. So he's going to tell us why he thinks it's interesting, why he's choosing the iPad. Hi, Eric.
For about 5 years, we were investigating one-to-one programs involving traditional laptops, and we could never really get the school administration or our faculty excited about it. Frankly, even towards the end, we couldn't get students that excited about laptop programs. Largely because laptops were, by now, passé, old hat. There was nothing really exciting about them. There was nothing really new. Our students living in San Francisco, right near Silicon Valley, they just weren't that excited about them. Well, along came the iPad, and all of a sudden, it met most of the needs of our students. It met all of the minimum criteria of our faculty, and the price point was right in the window that our administration could get behind. So it looks like we'll have implementation of iPads for our students in August of 2011. So not this August, but next August. And we're going to give them to all of our freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Not so much the seniors, only because it doesn't make good economic sense. It's $700 from the families, and they would only get 1 year use out of it.
What is it you like about the iPad?
All right, so what do we like about it? A number of key selling points. In a traditional laptop, we didn't like that the lid of the laptop obscured what kids were actually doing on the screen. Teachers really couldn't trust that. With the iPad instead, it sits flat. So any teacher can see very clearly exactly what a student has on their screen. So if the kids are supposed to be taking notes or working in Excel, it's easy to look at the iPad and see, wait a minute, the kid's in their web browser and they're on Facebook. We also like that there's no multitasking. In a traditional laptop, kids can simply Alt-Tab and switch between programs. So if they're supposed to be working in Excel, but really they're looking at ESPN and checking the latest sports scores, teacher walks by, they just hit Alt-Tab. In the iPad, much like the iPhone or an iPod Touch, it's one application at a time. That's it. You have to fully shut down a program and then load the other program. It's just not quick or convenient enough for the kids to bother with it. Other things we like, the 10-hour battery life. I got here for the conference yesterday around 3 o'clock, and I used it all day yesterday, all day today, and I'm just now down to 31% of my battery life. Haven't had to charge it yet. That means the battery will certainly get through an entire school day, plus club meetings or waiting around for the bus or waiting around for their ride home, whatever it might be. The kids won't need to recharge in the middle of the day. We won't need to have charging stations around campus. We won't need to have a battery swap program with a library. These are all solutions that we had been considering. Nor will we have to worry about 30 power cords stretched across the classroom and our poor teachers and students tripping on them. So battery life, the flat screen, the instant on, instant off. Oh, that's the other one I didn't mention. Instant on, instant off. We love the instant on, instant off. Like a traditional laptop, if it takes 5 minutes to load up, our classes are only 50 minutes in length. That's 10% of the entire class period gone, waiting for the computer to warm up. This, like an iPhone or an iPod Touch, is instantly on, instantly off. So it's super easy to tell the kids, close your iPad, we're going to have a conversation about what you read last night. And then, okay, open up your laptops, the assignment is on the class webpage, and they're off and running.
Okay, thank you very much.